Hey everybody, as you can see we're making progress on the 63 Corvair. Got the windshield out, the top is off, top frame is gone. It's hanging on the wall over there. If you want to find out how we got here, keep watching. Welcome to Lost Wrench Garage. This convertible top, I believe, is original to the car, but it's not in great shape. It's pretty dirty. It has a little rip in it. And beyond that, the frame really needs to be dismantled, cleaned, and powder coated. It's got a lot of rust and mildew and other issues. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the top. Screws are so bad, so rusty. One cool feature on this car is a sticker from 1971, August 22nd to be specific, indicating that at the time of this oil change, it had about 71,000 miles. So I do think that the odometer reading of 79,000 miles on this car is probably accurate. It hasn't turned over. One thing I want to do is preserve this sticker, even though we're going to restore this top bow. So I'm going to very carefully, most of it's already detached, but I want to just very carefully, actually a lot of it's still attached, try to pry it off of there without damaging it. It's cutting the paper. Maybe if I heat it with a heat gun a little bit, I'm afraid I'll damage it even more. It's actually coming off good. There's nothing being left behind. Creating some damage here. Not bad. So we can reapply that after we refinish everything. Pretty cool. All right. I bought a authentic original 1963 Indiana license plate, which I might eventually put on this Corvair. But for now, I'm gonna use it as a little safekeeping spot for this oil change sticker. Put that right in there. Padding material back here. Oh. Next thing we got to do is there's like a tack strip up here. We took this off so we can get to it there. We pull the bolts off of that so this whole top bag can come out of here. Keep this up out of the way. The shop manual recommends running some like a wire through here to suspend it. So I'm going to take all these out. Out of there. Okay, it's free. Now the shop manual suggests that you mark the old top at the top of the trim sticks here as a reference point for the new top going on. So I guess I'll do that. Then they want you to cut the material off flush with the lower end of the stick to establish that relationship as well. Okay. I'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay, the top material is completely free except for a couple of areas on the sides here, held in by a weather strip piece. It's got 2 studs. The nuts have to come off on the back side of that. So I'll work on that. That'll come out. We'll be able to free this up on both sides. Huh. Man, that thing broke right off. With no provocation at all. Go. Nice. That stud broke. The other one was missing a nut, and that one came off clean. Now we can get to this top material. Just held in there with adhesive. And now we've got access to the rear attachment point for the cable right there. It's going to be stubborn. Okay, let's do the same thing to this side. And it's done. Okay, there is one more attachment point for this top. It's along the rear bow here. We've got to take all these staples out. I took the heater plenum out of this side. I already taken out of that side. Underneath there, an old salt packet. Look how big they used to be. They used to give you some serious salt. Is that an improvement now? Probably. Another old penny. Can't read the year. 1960. Makes sense. I'm going to work on getting this top frame off. There are springs at the base of the top. Since this isn't a power top, they assist in both raising and lowering the top. The spring is under compression when the top is down to help push it up, and it's under tension when the top is up to help bring it down. So I've put the frame in sort of a medium halfway position, so hopefully the spring is under neither a whole lot of compression or tension, either one, because I don't want it to recoil when I disconnect it. We'll see. I've actually got this rear bow sitting up against the wheel wells back there so that the top can not go down any farther when I disconnect the springs. It'll kind of hopefully be stabilized in place. I don't think this spring is particularly loaded one way or the other, but it's about to either expand or contract, or I guess could be neither. Hopefully, whatever it doesn't do it with a lot of force. There it goes. All right, seems like I had that in pretty good position because it didn't really go anywhere. It expanded just a little bit. So we go to put this back on, we'll just have to maneuver the top into just the right spot so that it's under no tension. I eventually want to disassemble this frame to have it cleaned and powder coated. And I think what I'll do is take it apart while it's still attached to the car. First of all, I think it'll be easier because I'll have sort of a working jig just built into the fact that it's attached to the car. And secondly, I can take it out in segments which won't weigh quite so much. First thing I want to do is I want to take out this bow here. And it's got a few attachment points on both sides. These 3 bolts here on that bracket, same thing here, and then there's an attachment point right here. So on both sides, we'll take all that off. This will come out, and that's actually a link between this front assembly and the rest of the frame anyway, so it has to come out so we can take this top part off here. Uh-oh. Stud's rotating. I don't know if you can get to the other side of that. Might have to take this weather strip off underneath. And there's just some adhesive on there that needs to be scraped off so you can see what's going on. Here's where the stud is right there. It's a screw. Yep. Okay, good. Actually, now that this is disconnected here, I can just take this connection off right here and this whole header will come off. I just put one screw back in there just to hold things in place. I'm gonna work on taking this out. There's a sort of a large flathead faced screw right there. Okay, that might pop off of there. Stay until I can get over there. There's literally nothing holding it on over there. Only thing holding on the car is this one little screw. That's coming off right now. No! Ugh! Shoot! Now this part of the convertible top frame has a point where you can make adjustments if the top is not fitting properly, either in the up or down position. And it's based on this adjusting plate that has serrations in it. So we need to make sure that we put this back where we found it, assuming that it was in the right place. So I'm gonna figure out a way to kind of mark this location so we know where to put it back once we take it off. Looks like our scribe lines pretty much are showing up there. in there for now. And I'm going to take this male hinge piece off of here. I noticed there were some rubber fragments that were laying down in this area, and I wonder if they came from something that was here. I can see there's a piece sort of stuck under this, and this has still something around it there. I'll pull that out, but I wonder if there's supposed to be some kind of a rubber piece there. I didn't want to come out of there. Now this piece here has 3 screws, and it looks like, you know, like a Phillips heads, and 2 of them are completely rounded out almost. So that's going to be an adventure. This sucker's really rounded out, so I'm going to try pounding it with this thing. Might be easier to bang on it. It's about out of there. I'm gonna move you out of here because you hurt my back where you're standing there. Okay? So just clear on out for a second here. Screws are wobbling in there. How are they not coming out? I'm gonna set this aside for now. I think I've stripped these screws. They're not coming all the way out, so I'm probably gonna have to cut them off, drill out the holes and re-tap them. But I want to put that decision off for a little bit and work on other things. I'm revisiting taking off this sun visor / top latch attachment here. And I found that if I just got my power screwdriver, it actually was successful on one screw. Let's see if it works on the other screw. Bingo. This windshield is coming out. It's held in just by a rubber gasket. There's no adhesive involved. And I've done some reading, and the way this works, as I understand it, is looking at the windshield in profile like this, so that we're looking at the car from the side like this. The rubber gasket looks like this, where the windshield inserts here and the window frame inserts here and here. To get this window out, we could cut the outside of the gasket here and here and lift the window out this way. But that would just remove the glass from the gasket. And the recommendation is to take the glass and the gasket together. The shop manual recommends to take the inner part of the gasket up here and tuck it in behind the window frame. But that's designed to keep the rubber gasket and reuse it. I'm not planning on doing that. So what I'm going to do, and what I think most people do, is make a cut right here and remove this part of the gasket. Once we've done that, the window can pivot out on its bottom insertion point like this, and the window can lift out from the bottom like this. This means that we only have to cut the top and the sides. We don't have to cut the bottom part. It'll just pull right out. Just going to see what I'm doing here first. Okay. So really, if I cut it about right here, it'll be enough to get it off the lip. I'm going to cut it down a little lower. It does appear they put some adhesive in here. Overall, the window channel looks pretty good. There's a little discoloration there that looks kind of rusty, but really the pinch weld is nice and intact. Not a lot of corrosion like you sometimes see. Another penny in there. And there's a lot of adhesive down in the track. And that's going to be a pain to dig out of there. I found some interesting things in this car over time, but there's something in here that I can't quite identify. It rolled off the dash, I guess, and got trapped under the windshield. Anybody have any idea what this is? Just put it in the comments, because I've never seen anything like it before. Let's see what else we got in here. Things that rolled off the dash and became trapped forever. Toothpick. Screw. Don't know. No clue. Looks like there's actually some plugs covering up the holes that give you access underneath. So I'm going to take a look at that. Okay, so we got a lot done. We got the top material completely removed from its frame. We got the frame disassembled and taken off of the car. We got the dash pad taken off and scrubbed off. And we did some miscellaneous stuff like taking the badges off and so forth. So we are getting to the point where this body is getting down to a shell. Soon we're going to put it up on a 2-post lift that just got delivered to my garage. Once that's installed, we can hoist this car up, drop the suspension out of it, and put it on a cart, take it someplace where we can have it dipped and blasted. Then we'll really see how bad this thing is. I can't wait. Stick with me while we're waiting. Keep well, keep learning. I'll see you next time.